Hello dear students of 4th primary. Today we're going to start Connect 4. We're going to start by Theme 1, I Discover Myself. Unit 1, Part 1, I Feel Good. As usual, we are going to start by the learning objectives of Unit 1. By the end of this unit, you will be able to listen, read, research, and write about foods and how to keep healthy. Practice making sentences using and or but. Talk about what you want to do. Read and listen to a short story. Distinguish long and short vowels. Write instructions. Research and make a presentation. Now, what is this unit about? This unit is about different foods and fruits that Egyptian farmers produce. It also talks about the digestive and respiratory systems and how to keep them healthy. Lesson 1. Food and drink. Now let's look at the picture. Which fruit can you see in the picture? I can see apples, bananas, lemons, kiwi, pineapples, grapes. What is your favorite fruit? Think and tell me. My favorite fruit is apples. Vocabulary: food and drink. Milk, milk. Bananas, bananas. Grapes, grapes. Mangoes, mangoes. Watermelon, watermelon. Sugarcane, sugarcane. Chicken, chicken. Onions, onions. Potatoes, potatoes. Rice, rice. Now let's listen and read a dialogue between Magid and his mom. Mom, lunch is ready. I made some special food for you. Magid, Mom, it looks delicious. Mom, which food comes from our country, do you think? Magid, I think we grow rice in Egypt. Mom, yes, that's right. What else? Magid, I think we raise chicken in Egypt. Mom, yes, and tomatoes and onions. Egyptian farmers produce many things you see on this table. Let's eat. Magid, yum. Now let's answer some questions related to the vocabulary that we have studied and the dialogue that we have read. What meal are they having? Were they having breakfast, lunch, or dinner? Yes, they were having lunch because there was rice, chicken, and many other vegetables on the table. What does raise chicken mean? Remember, he said that farmers grow crops like tomatoes, rice, mangoes, and they also raise chicken. What does raise chicken mean? To keep and feed chicken to get eggs and meat, or to build houses for chicken to grow healthier? Yes, exactly. To keep and feed chicken to get their eggs and meat later. Number 3, what does Magid think about the food? Remember, the last thing he said was yum. So that means he thinks that the food is delicious. Now let's move to lesson 2, which is Klil with science. We're going to learn about the digestive system. What happens in our body when we eat food? Let's look at the picture. This is a picture of our digestive system. First, we put the food in our mouth. The mouth is part of our face. Next, the food goes through a tube called the esophagus. The esophagus takes the food from the mouth to the stomach. There is also an organ called the liver. The liver secretes a certain juice that helps digest the food in the stomach. So the esophagus takes the food from our mouth to the stomach, and the liver secretes a juice in the stomach to help digest the food. After the food is partially digested in the stomach, it moves to the small intestine. The small intestine is a very long tube coiled inside our body. The food is digested again in the small intestine before it moves to the large intestine. The large intestine is only three tubes coiled around the small intestine. In the large intestine, the digested food is divided into two parts. The good part, or the part that our body will benefit from, is absorbed through the walls of the large intestine, and the part that is not digested and we do not want it goes out of our body. So these are the main parts of our digestive system. Let's revise what we have said. These are the main parts of our digestive system. First, the food goes into our mouth. Then the esophagus goes from the mouth to the stomach. When the food moves from the esophagus to the stomach, the gastric juice from the liver digests it in the stomach. And then the food moves from the stomach to the small intestine, the part which is coiled inside our body. And finally, the large intestine is around the small intestine. It takes the water and salt from the food to our body, and it removes the waste. Now look and read. When we eat, we use our digestive system to digest what we eat and drink. Digest means cut it into smaller parts, digested into smaller parts. So first we put the food in our mouth, we chew the food with our teeth to cut the food into smaller pieces. Then the food goes down the esophagus, which is the long tube that takes the food from our mouth to our stomach. The food arrives in the stomach. In the stomach, the food mixes with the gastric juice coming from the liver, and this gastric juice changes the food into simpler form, cuts it and digests it into simpler and smaller parts to get energy and nutrients. We need the energy and nutrients in our body. These energy and nutrients help our body to move and grow. Now put right or wrong. We chew food with our teeth. Is this correct? Yes. The teeth are found in our mouth and they help to cut the food into smaller pieces. Number 2, the food mixes with liquid coming from the esophagus. Is this correct? No. We said that the esophagus is only a tube that takes the food from our mouth to our stomach. The liquid comes from the liver. It is called the gastric juice, and it comes from the liver. It goes into the stomach to help digest the food in the stomach. We need the energy and nutrients in our body. Yes, because this energy helps us to move and run and do all the vital activities that we need. Having a healthy digestive system. In order to have a healthy digestive system, we need to exercise. We need to eat healthy food like the vegetables, the fruit, the proteins, to drink plenty of water, to drink a lot of water. This makes our body healthy because it helps in the digestion process and it helps in many things. Now we're going to move to another system, which is the respiratory system. The respiratory system helps us to breathe. Look and match the description to the words. The first word is pump. Pump. The heart pumps the blood to all our body. What is the meaning of pump? It means to move quickly from one place to another. Nose. Nose is the center of our face, and this is the first organ in our respiratory system. Number 3, lungs. Lungs are the two main parts or big parts in our respiratory system. What do the lungs do? We have two of these inside our body. We have two lungs in our body. Then we have the diaphragm. The diaphragm is a muscle under the lungs. Number 5, breathe. To breathe means to take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. We breathe through our nose. The diaphragm goes down when we breathe. And then the diaphragm pulls the air into our lungs. So when it moves down, the lungs have space to take in all the air that we took inside our body through our nose. When the air arrives in our lungs, the oxygen goes into our body, and the heart pumps the blood around the body. And then the diaphragm goes up, so the lungs give out all the carbon dioxide that the body does not need. Now look and read. Our respiratory system. We use our respiratory system when we breathe. We need oxygen in our bodies. We breathe in air through our nose. Our diaphragm goes down. It pulls air into our lungs. In the lungs, the oxygen from the air goes into our body, and our heart pumps this blood around our body. The diaphragm goes up. It pushes the air with the carbon dioxide out of our lungs, and we breathe out. Now let's answer some questions. Read and put right or wrong. We use our respiratory system when we eat. No, we use our respiratory system when we breathe. So which system do we use when we eat? Yes, the digestive system. Number 2, we need oxygen in our body. Yes, this is correct. We need oxygen. We take all the air. The body takes the oxygen and gives out the carbon dioxide. Number 3, our heart pumps the blood around the body. Yes, the heart is the organ which is responsible for pumping the blood around our body. Having a healthy respiratory system. What do we need to do in order to keep our respiratory system healthy? Stay away from smoke. Don't stay in places that have a lot of smoke. Number 2, exercise. Exercise makes our respiratory and digestive systems healthy. Put green plants in our house. Why? Because green plants give out oxygen, which we need in order to make our body and respiratory system healthy. Drink plenty of water, exactly like the digestive system. We said that water is very important and essential for our body. Lesson 3, focus time. Do you think you are healthy? What healthy things do you do? Listen, point, and say. We use and to join two similar ideas. I eat vegetables and fruit. I eat vegetables and I eat fruit. I drink water and milk. I drink water and I drink milk. We use but to contrast two ideas. I want to exercise, but I hurt my leg. So I can't exercise. Why? Because I hurt my leg. I want to eat healthy food, but I like candy. We know we can't eat a lot of candy because it's not healthy. So these are two opposite ideas. Complete the sentences with and or but. Number 1. I don't eat candy. I like fruit. Are these two similar ideas or opposite ideas? Yes, they are opposite ideas. I don't eat candy, but I like fruit. I drink cola. I want to drink more water. Are these opposite or the same ideas? They are opposite. I drink cola, which is not healthy, but I want to drink more water because this is healthy. Number 3. I play basketball. I play football in the park. These are two similar ideas. I play basketball and I play football in the park. Dad is a scientist. He likes to look at animals and plants. These are two, yes, similar ideas. He is a scientist and he likes to look at animals and plants because this is part of the job of the scientist. I want to go to school. I'm sick. Can I go to school when I am sick? No. So these are two opposite ideas. I want to go to school, but I can't because I'm sick. I love burgers. I only eat one a week. I only eat one burger because it's not healthy. So I love burgers, but I cannot eat a lot of burgers. I only eat one burger a week. Health problems. Now we have talked about the digestive system and the respiratory system and how to keep them healthy. But there are other health problems. Like what? A burn. When you touch a part of the fire or you touch a hot thing, you get a burn on your skin. Coughing. Coughing. When you are sick, you cough. Sprained foot. Sometimes while you are playing football or basketball or just playing around in the park, you fall down and you get a sprained foot. Scrap. Scrap. A part of your skin was scraped and little blood drops came out. Nosebleed. Nosebleed. Blood that comes out of the nose. How do we deal with these health problems? Read the health problem and circle the correct answer. Your friend has a burn on her hand. What should I do? Should I hold the hand under cold water for 10 minutes or put butter on the burn? Why should I put butter on the burn? I should put the burn under cold water because the burn is very hot, so the cold water helps to relieve the pain. Number 2, your cousin cannot breathe. She is coughing. What should we do? Hit her on her arm or hit her on her back? Why should I hit her on her arm? The arm has nothing to do with the respiratory system. But if I hit her gently on her back, maybe this will help the lungs to breathe better. Number 3, your brother sprained his foot. Should I ask him to jump or to press a cold bag of ice on his foot? Why should I ask him to jump? He can't jump because his leg hurt. So I should press a cold bag of ice on his foot to help relieve the pain. How can we help? Someone falls over and cuts their leg. What should I do? First, ask him or her to sit down, to sit on a chair. Then wash the scrap with water and soap to clean it. Put on gloves to make sure that your hands do not touch the scrap. Put on a band-aid to cover the scrap. The next day, wash the scrap with water and soap again and redo the band-aid to keep the scrap healthy and clean. Someone falls over and has a nosebleed. There is blood coming out of his or her nose. What should I do? Pinch their nose. Close their nose. Use your thumb and index fingers to pinch the nose shut. To shut the nose with these two fingers. Hold their nose for a while and then ask them to breathe through their mouth. Continue pinching the nose for 5 to 10 minutes until the bleeding stops. Exercises. Listen and complete. Help, water, burn. Omar, what should I do if someone has a on their hand? What do they have on your hand? Yes, a burn. Ali, you should hold his hand under for 10 minutes. Under what? Exactly, under water. Omar, thanks for your help. Read and put right or wrong. To be healthy, eat vegetables and drink water. Yes, that's very healthy. Number 2, wash the scrap with water and soap. Yes, perfect. Number 3, put butter on the burn. No, we said put cold water on the burn. We hit on the back when someone is coughing. Yes, it helps them to breathe better. Now we have a new story with our Connect syllabus. The story is called In the Taxi with Uncle Sammy. We have some main characters, Mom, Dad, Zain, Zahra, and Uncle Sammy. And we have other characters who are Adil, Faiz, Mirvat, Fatin, Basim, and Mr. Sameh. Zahra and Zain are watching a nature program with their parents. It's a very interesting program. It's all about hippos. Hippos are the most dangerous land animals in the world. I love animals, says Zahra. I want to be a vet when I'm older. A vet is the person who takes care of animals when they are sick. That's a great idea, says Mom. A vet is a very important job. What about you, Zain? Do you want to be a vet? I don't think so, says Zain. What do you want to be then? Asks Dad. A doctor or a dentist? Asks Mom. I don't know, says Zain. I just can't decide. Maybe he's too young to decide. I know, says Mom. Why don't you both go and stay with Uncle Sammy? He has lots of friends. You can find out about their jobs. Then you can decide, Zain. That's a great idea, says Dad. So here we have a family, Mom, Dad, Zahra and Zain, and they are watching TV. The TV, they are watching a program about hippos, okay? And they then talk about their future jobs. Zahra knows that she wants to be a vet when she's older, but Zain hasn't decided yet. So Mom thinks that maybe they should go and stay with Uncle Sammy for a couple of days Uncle Sammy has lots of friends and they have different jobs, so they can learn about different jobs and then decide which job they want to be when they get older. Checkpoint. Read and put right or wrong. Zain and Zahra are watching a film. Were they watching a film? No, they were watching a program. They are watching TV with their parents. Yes, we said that the whole family was watching TV. Number 3, Zain wants to be a doctor. No, Zain didn't decide yet what he wants to be when he is older. Zahra wants to be a vet. Yes, Zahra wants to take care of pets and animals. Thank you. See you in Unit 1, Part 2.